Welcome to the very top of the Nether, Wes here, and we are at level 253 in the Y. Notice we're at X0 and Z0. This is going to make it really simple to understand how this farm is built. The top of this, the highest block that you can place in the Nether, is at level 256. So that's why we're standing here at 253. Now let's run over here. I'm going to show you where the spawning pads are here. This whole farm is based on the concept that mobs will not spawn closer than 24 blocks from where you're standing, where your AFK point is, and they cannot move when they're more than 32 blocks away from where your AFK point is. I'm going to show you that you cannot place a block above this level 256, but you can actually go up here and walk around. So you can see I'm trying to place this half slab. It won't place. We could jump up and down so we can actually get up to 258, but we can't place any blocks up here. Now nothing will spawn up here above this, so I didn't have to put half slabs down. Now let me just show you where we are in the X direction. See where X equals 22? So the first block down there where those trap doors are, the first row of trap doors is at X equals 23. So the mobs can spawn on 24 and then they can walk over to 23 and they'll fall through when I open up the trap doors. I got the trap doors closed right now just to kind of show you what's going on. And you can also use this thing as an XP farm. But for those of you who have seen my XP monster, you know that I don't really need an XP farm. This is how you would use it as an XP farm. You just shoot the pigmen, they'll all get aggroed and come running over to you. There's 3 levels here that they're on. That's the top level right here. See how they're all running over toward us? Okay. And then this level right here is a mid-level, and then there's another level down below it. So then you just throw the switch, trapdoors open up, and they drop down. Now since they're aggroed when they die down there, they're dropping down more than 22 blocks. We'll go down and collect some XP. Now I don't use it for that very much because I've got plenty of XP. So I just wanted a simple high-yield AFK gold farm. And I'm getting chests and shit. I'll show you some of the applications that I've used all this gold for, but I'm getting cases and cases of gold from this farm. So here's how you can collect the XP if you're interested in doing that. But I generally just leave the trapdoors open, set Steve up in that AFK point, and then just walk away. Okay, so that's where they would drop down. Those are the 3 levels up there. The trapdoors are open right now. So you can see we're standing at level 222, so we're about 31 blocks below that top level up there. We're more than, certainly more than 22 blocks away from that bottom level. Okay, so some of the pigmen, yeah, see they're dropping down now. Okay, as we're standing down here, some more are going to spawn, obviously, because we're close enough to have some more spawn up there, and then they'll walk around, drop down. Now here we've got half slabs on top of hoppers. So you're going to use a lot of iron if you use this design. If you don't have enough iron, then you could just let them drop down and you have to run down here and collect it all yourself, or you could put a rail system underneath or something. For me, hoppers with half slabs on top. You got to put the half slabs on top to make it so that nothing spawns down here. I'm walking around so you can see that it's 22 blocks long, so it's 11 plus 11 and minus 11 in the Z, and then here we are in X equals 23. And again, the Z goes down to 32. So this you could put everything can flow into this chest if you want, which is what I initially did when I built this. And then I put in sorters. I just sort out the gold and the rotten flesh. So everything else comes into this little chest right here. It very rarely gets filled up. So underneath this little row right here of hoppers, I've got 1 sorter right there, and then 2 blocks over I've got the other sorter for the rotten flesh and the gold. So let's go down and take a look at the little sorting room down here. I just made this level far enough down so that I could put a rack of chests in like this with the hoppers all connected up with them so that it wouldn't overflow if I went on a really long AFK session. So that's where the gold's coming down, and then that row right there is where the rotten flesh is coming down. And after I filled up all these chests with rotten flesh, I decided to just shoot the rotten flesh out. I dispose of it all right now. I don't collect it anymore. Around the back here, there's behind that hopper chain right there is just this little system that ejects the rotten flesh. Those are the 2 sorters up there, gold on the left, rotten flesh on the right. You need to make sure that you put blocks above where you put the repeaters and the glow and the redstone, and then put half slabs on top of those so nothing spawns on top of them. And then I think you can see that I put cobblestone rings around the whole thing just to make it so that I didn't lose any pigment falling outside of the little trap. Okay, it's real simple to just build that up. I built this level up here first, and then I went down and built the level where it's got the half slabs and the hoppers where they all die, and then I built the rings up and added the 2 levels underneath this. So let's go out and take a look at how I just made this little all the spawning pads and everything. And we got one guy up here. Just knock this guy off real quick so it doesn't bother us up here. Okay, so notice I got all these things closed off. I'm just running redstone down in between where all the trap doors are. That's just to make it so that I can collect a little XP once in a while. You don't need to do that. You could just set this thing up and have the trap doors open all the time and the pigment would all fall through. So notice we're over here at 32 again in the X, and then Z goes over to plus 11 in this direction, and then we're back to the 23 on this row of trap doors. So I put these repeaters down right here so that the signal goes from this location here and it'll travel all the way to that last trap door on the right. So this one here is at okay, so -3 into Z, so 11 over there, so we're exactly at 14, so the last trap door opens up. Once again, you don't need to do that, just leave them open if you wanted to, and you collect all kinds of gold. Now the reason that you want your AFK point up this high is because the maximum distance that a mob can spawn is 128 blocks away from you. So we are just about 126 blocks above the roof of the Nether down there. So this is making it so that these pads out here are really the only place that mobs can spawn. What we're walking around here is all half slabs and stairs. This is just a real simple 3-piston door. I put that in there because one time I had a magma cube spawn up here, and when I was AFK it attacked me. So notice that's the height that we're at. This is the AFK point. Now we're going to drop down and walk around the top of the roof of the Nether. This is just a drop that I made to get down real fast. If anybody's interested in this, you can watch my video on the Nether drop. So you can see all the gold that I've gotten. We're at level 129 here, okay, so that just shows you how far down we are away from where the AFK point is. This is just a little Nether drop. Yeah, see, I've used up a lot of the gold here, just having fun. It's obviously the most abundant resource up here. This is the ladder that goes up to where we were earlier. I had to put that ladder on the left over there because that's a piston right there. I couldn't place the ladder on it. Just wanted to show you that. It's real easy. I also found out that the mobs don't spawn on top of the rails down here, so it's great to make rail systems up here. Now I did have to make this. This just encloses my Nether portal. If you leave your Nether portal open, then mobs are going to spawn on those 2 little blocks in there, and then they're going to end up going through, and when you come out, you're going to have, like, I had 15, 20 pigmen when I'm coming through my Nether portal. So I just made it like a fire and forget thing. I press the button, go through it, and then there's a hopper timer in the back that shuts it off. So I don't have to worry about coming back up and shutting it off. So obviously it's only a one-way portal, so that's how I use it. Now over here are 2 holes that I use to come up to the roof of the Nether, so I don't have to use ender pearls anymore. This is the principal one that I'm using right now. It's right directly above the my primary Nether base. We're gonna head out over here to my gas hunting lodge because this is the first, actually it was the second set of holes that I punched in the roof of the Nether. If you want to know how to do that, you can watch my video called making beacons in the Nether. It's the first reason I dug these holes was to make these beacons, and the beacons actually work directly above them. So I've got strength and things like that over in where I was building that farm, because I've got another beacon over there. But this just is another way that I can get up and down to that, to the Nether roof. If you're going to build rail systems in the Nether, just put a glass block 1 block above where the rail is, so that Steve's head rides through the glass blocks, and that'll prevent the pigments from spawning on the top of the rail system. Sometimes the pigmen will spawn when you're going up or down because you can't place the glass block directly above the rail, or the minecart will run into it. So every once in a while I run into a pigman when I'm going ascending or descending on that rail system, and what I just do is you just bounce off of them, go back the other way, and then I find an alternative route, or just stay 128 blocks away from that for a couple of seconds, and the pigman will despawn. So here we are going back up. This is the hole that I showed you earlier. This is my main way of coming up here right now. All this gold up here, for all this builds that I've done, I was collecting that in about 3 days. And I built this farm about a week ago, and then I went away for a 3-day weekend, left the Xbox running, and collected all this gold. All those chests were full when I got back. If you're interested in how to set up your Xbox so that it stays on, you can do these really long AFK sessions. You can watch my video, the XP Monster. That's when I showed how to do that. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Wes, and I'm out.